Happy Earth Day! Today we have a special project to do, and it is a tree for Earth Day. So if any of you got a chance to listen to the story about Miss Twiggly and her tree, maybe this will be a little bit of an inspiration to you. Should we get started? Okay, so lately I've been looking for any kind of paper I can find that isn't just, regular paper from the store. So just the other day I got one of these really big envelopes, and that was kind of a nice find. And so I just opened it up, and I have two really big pieces of paper, and I'm going to use this side right here to make my tree. And there's a lot of room in there that I can use. So for this project, we're going to need our piece of paper. I also have a brown marker. It doesn't even work that well, but that's okay. And I have a pencil, and I have a stick of glue. And that should be just about all that we need today. So we're going to start by making the top of our tree. So if this is the bottom of my paper and this is the top of my paper, I'm going to put my hand at the top. And this, I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I want to leave a little bit of a space there. But this is what I'm going to trace to give me the top of my tree. Now, if you want to trace really quickly, you could just put your fingers together and trace all around them like that, and that'll give you kind of a nice tree shape. Or you could open up your branches a little bit and trace around all of your fingers. So you could do either way. I think maybe if you are in Miss Clapper's class, or if you're in Miss Buendia's class, or Miss Kashelski or Miss Strickler's class, maybe you would do it like this. That would probably be a good way to do it, and just trace your whole hand really quickly like that. But if you're in K5, or if you're in first grade or second grade, well, I think it would be good for you to try tracing over each finger, okay? So you can see it a little bit. I didn't draw them very dark, but you can see that there's one like this, and then there's one like this. So I'm going to open up my branches a little bit, and I'm going to draw a little bit darker. You're just going to go nice and slow, and you're just going to keep drawing with your fingers touching the pencil, and your pencil's touching the fingers. And you're going to try not to wiggle your fingers too much. And when you get to the other side of your wrist, you're just going to connect the line at the bottom. Now, I'm going to make the trunk of my tree. The trunk of my tree is going to come down in two lines, and I'm just going to put two lines, one on each side, kind of right down from the middle of my tree. I'm just going to put two lines down like this, and they're actually going to curve. One's going to go this way, and the other one is going to go that way. So once I have that, I'm just going to draw a couple of down lines, straight lines that go right down my tree. Maybe they curve out a little bit. So it doesn't matter. They don't have to be really perfect. Okay. And now I have the branches of my tree. So one thing that I looked for, if you have some green crayons, you could color that right in, or a green marker. But my markers are not working very well. So I'm just going to show you. The color is not very dark once I start coloring. So I'm going to try to color as much as I can with my brown, just making the same lines that I did. But you can see that this marker is already running out of color. So My green looks a lot like that too. I don't think I would have enough green to fill in. So I did find some green paper from my mailbox, and this paper was just an advertisement for things for the garden. So it has a lot of green on it. And if anything you can find that's green, there was some in my grocery store flyer. They had some asparagus and some broccoli that looked really green too, and I could use that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my glue stick ready, and I'm going to take this green paper, it's more green on this side, and I'm going to tear a few little pieces of leaves, and they really definitely don't have to be perfect. And some white got on there, but that's okay. And then this one has green on this side, and it also has some green on this side. So I think I can just kind of choose. I'm going to try to tear off a little bit of that white. But I'm going to maybe 1, 2, 3. Oops, sometimes it's hard. 4. And that's a little bit too big, just about the size of a pinch. And I'm going to take all of those, and just one at a time, I'm going to stick them around my tree. And they can overlap a little bit, or they don't have to. But either way, it doesn't matter too much where you're going to put them. And I'm just going to keep going around and filling in as many spaces as I can. Now you're not really going to see all the lines from my hand anymore, but that's okay, because now we have leaves on our tree. And if you look outside, you'll see that the leaves are coming onto the trees very quickly. Now I ran out, and I still have some more branches. So I'm just going to tear some more of this. I had a lot that I could tear into 2 pieces. I have a long leaf. And sometimes you have to turn your glue, and just keep going and see if you can fill in all of those spaces. And I kind of like it when it isn't really perfect. I like it when they overlap a little bit, and maybe different colors go in different places. And I don't think they have to stick down all the way. Sometimes when we're gluing, I might remind you to make them stick down a lot. But for this project, they're sticking up a little bit like real leaves. And I'm just going to fill in a couple more spaces and see if I can cover all of the white space. I know a lot of you don't always want to fill in the whole tree. I think I'm going to overlap a couple pieces right near the middle. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. And I'm pretty close to being all done. I've got my tree trunk colored. Oh, I have one more piece. I think I know where to put that one. I think right up here, I'm going to cover that little fingertip. Okay, so now I've covered all of my branches with leaves, and I colored just by making little lines, even with a marker that doesn't work that well. I still colored them in. And now, if I wanted to, maybe I could draw a sun there, or maybe some birds sitting on the grass. And if I wanted to, maybe I could even put some grass down there. I could even maybe put some green down here, like that if I wanted to. I don't know. You can think of a lot of different things that you'd like to do if you want to do more with your picture. And here is our finished tree. So if you have your grown-up at home, take a picture of your tree and send me a class dojo or a class tag or an email. I would love to see a picture of your tree too. See you next time.